my endless years.
A land grotesque in its people. Let us speak of the old vulture's last grasp at power. The tournament for the throne.
So,
Wait, is it?
summing up,
Yes,
our
it's some
first
HD.
trial is to slay a monster.
Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their headhunt.
A land full of feral humans, with people either running or going mad.
What do we believe in, really?
Enemy attack!
Hitting us while we're asleep is dirty fighting!
Okay. This is the combat. So this action is action based.
You're in this race to become king, are you?
Not exactly. I treat all tribes equally. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
I have internal conflict about the art.
Fear and anxiety. They always lead.
So it's turn based and action.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you.
I will not let you die in vain.
He'll be sent in all.
Oh, it is like Persona 3 though.
Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find useful.
So far I have not seen a Persona monster in here. A shadow. Or Persona, yeah. You can call Persona.
This outcome is beyond your meddling now.
I must clear my
You know what this art reminds me of?
clinging to a dream.
Of Three Houses. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I shall claim the ideal.
It has that art.
and finish it in your
Man, this the NC looks like damn, I forgot his name. The main character in Persona 3. Oh, it's on this year, November or October? I think October, right? Okay, so it's going to launch on Xbox
Hello
first.
everyone, I'm Katsura Hashino, the director of this title. For those that may not know me, I've worked on titles such as Shin Megami Tensei 3, Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5 among others. Our program today is about Atlus' upcoming RPG, Metaphor, to share the latest information with you. As we announced in the trailer earlier, the release date is confirmed. The entire team is grateful for the positive feedback we've received since the announcement. But for some of you, perhaps this is the first time you're seeing Metaphor. This work is being brought to you by not only the Persona team, but in collaboration with renowned artists to create a brand new RPG. With
Okay.
this team, we decided to challenge the fantasy genre, aiming to create a game we can call a culmination of our RPGs. Our hope is that not only Atlus fans, but those who have never played our games.
I wonder, is this going to be like a
RPG fans
new
around the world will
series,
give
you
this
know,
game a shot.
like a new IP, or it's just
Today, we'd like to
it's
spend
just
some
one
time
a
introducing
one-off.
the gameplay experience of Metaphor, as I talk over while playing the game.
Okay.
Please check out the Atlus YouTube channel for more information that will come further down the line. We'd love your support. Please subscribe.
Yeah, I already subscribe.
Before I start playing, let me introduce the premise of the story. In this game, you'll be forging bonds to support your claim for the throne. But it's the unique take on this that we hope puts a spin on the classic tale. In a kingdom thrown into chaos by the king's assassination, a royal magic is triggered that establishes an election. This magic allows any individual of any social status to become the next king by gaining the people's support, which sets a battle for the throne in motion. The protagonist gets involved.
Oh, he
The
has
journey
Persona stuff.
It's a journey that I hope you enjoy.
So is elections the game?
You'll meet various allies of different tribes.
What about
Rivals who stand by
Atlus?
their own ideologies.
No, I already subscribed to Atlus. What up? How's it going? Dude?
Humans will stand in your way. The story's brimming with fateful encounters like this. Above all else, a game offers a different experience than a movie or novel.
Okay.
So to prevent this from becoming just a vehicle for our tale, we've gone to great lengths.
We are checking on this
to turn the
showcase,
experience into an exciting,
FYI.
fully-fleshed game. There's lots to be excited about, so I hope you'll stay with us till the end. Let's get started, shall we?
Yes, I wonder if, like, it gave me the vibe that it's not going to be like a one-off because of the title.
Is based on the concept of a city's main street. It conveys our hope that players will enjoy a journey through a world full of diverse tribes. If you don't mind, let's start at the beginning. What makes Metaphor different from other fantasy RPGs is the perspective of their world in which our world is their fantasy. After players enter their name, they must answer the questions. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination?
So some kind of like
Call it a powerless creation.
isekai?
The game questions the power of fantasy, a power we all possess. I hope the game helps you arrive to your own conclusions.
So maybe it's connected with Persona, with the word
Our
Persona.
protagonist's journey and goal is to save the prince who has been cursed. This is a scene from the beginning of the game. What differentiates this from previous Atlus RPGs is that we've added a more dynamic sense of action. The turn-based battles are still central to the combat, but we've incorporated real-time attacking and dodging elements, as well as dashing around and analyzing to keep things exciting.
Okay.
At the beginning of the game, the protagonist isn't strong yet, so the difficulty of the battles is intentionally pretty high in this area. We wanted players to get a sense of both tension and accomplishment.
So I'm looking at the minimap on the left, and that minimap looks like Shin Megami Tensei 3.
There are multiple difficulty levels and convenience factors to make things easier, so we hope anyone who wants to play can enjoy it.
I can at least cast my usual spell for you.
In this scene, our fairy companion casts a musical spell. The music you hear in-game is in the protagonist's head. The composer behind the music is Shoji Meguro. People probably know him
Oh, that's the guy from Persona.
but
Yes,
I
the
asked
Persona
him not
games.
to be constrained by his trademark pop style, and to take on the challenge of creating a totally new sound to fit this game's world. We hope you'll look forward to hearing it. This is a particularly large area in the game, and you can see hordes of enemies ahead. One exciting aspect of this game is that you can decide which enemies to fight and how to deal with them. But I'll explain more about battles later. First, let's take a walk around a city.
Okay. Like it shows the level.
This is the first stop on our journey, the Royal Capital Grand Trad.
Oh,
Background art
okay.
was
It's,
designed by Koda Kazuma. a guest
I see it
artist
on the
we
right,
work with.
a date.
The dynamic architecture comes to life with a unique sense of realism in medieval painting like shaders.
And
So I hope you enjoy taking it in.
like the day,
Here we are.
Division,
at the
like
city entrance,
afternoon.
and you probably noticed the massive armored vehicle. The protagonist will ride around in this to travel the world. The original designs of these vehicles were created by Ikuto Yamashita.
the journey days,
I'll get into the journey
daily
aspect
life.
in a little bit, so let's walk around the city a bit more. Using magic, you can ride around on your sword to get from one place to another quickly. I wouldn't define this game as being open world, but we took care to flesh out even the distant backgrounds so you can feel the unique atmosphere.
Okay, so
of
it's not
every
open
location.
world. So it's not open world.
We're
Like
heading toward an alley. The atmosphere changes a lot from the main street. This is where executions happen. That's not something you see very often in modern day stories. You'll also note some people cowering in the streets, because this world has a prevalent gap between rich and poor. As for our protagonist, he's a boy from an inferior tribe, abhorred by others. Despite his social standing, he's going to participate in the royal tournament. You'll find many problems in each town you visit, and of course people will need your help. His interactions affect his popularity in the race. Let's check out the town map. You can see where you're currently located, and then instantly move anywhere you've previously visited.
Okay.
This should help make the journey more comfortable. Let's
Like-
zoom out to the map of the entire
Like fast
kingdom.
travels?
This is the royal capital where we are now. In this world, the areas between cities are dangerous areas referred to as wastelands, which makes travel difficult, unlike our world today. As the story progresses, your main hub moves from city to city. And with that, let's take a look at a new city. This is Martira, a town we're unveiling for the first time. It's a pastoral town, quite a contrast from the capital. It may be normal in other fantasy RPGs, but through these acts of traveling and staying at new places, I hope you get a true sense of being on a journey, which is a difficult thing to convey in modern-day stories. By incorporating a unique sense of daily life into traveling, we've made taking a trip feel as real as possible in this game. You'll encounter all sorts of things on the road, so please look forward to how the story unfolds.
Okay. It still shows afternoon. Oh,
Let's drop in at the recruitment center in this city. Here you take requests to fight dangerous monsters. These threats to the city are called bounties. Bounties give you some nice rewards, which hopefully encourages you to challenge them. And that's really just one of many challenging aspects the game has to offer.
man.
This is the weapons shop. Each city you stay in has various facilities, and in this game your choice of equipment
Okay, let me
is
pause
especially
this. Let me
important.
pause this for a bit. Let me pause this
In
for a bit.
metaphor.
Man, the hardware for this game, like not for this game, like you know, if you play it on PS5 or you're playing on PC or Xbox, man, the graphic cards. I don't know if you notice the menus, like just the menus, they have like they're constantly moving. You know, so the resolution or the how you call the processor for this game is going to demand a lot. Like for example, in this screen that we are watching, you can see like the little borders and options are like moving constantly, so it's going to be a demanding game.
We wanted to give you the freedom to customize your
Look at
party
that
your
border,
own way.
that red border.
So we hope you'll even find some joy in making preparations to explore dungeons in your own style. Let's enter the tavern. I see an informant here. Informants offer hints about dungeons and battle strategies. Even collecting information like this is something we put a lot of thought into making enjoyable. The back of the tavern is actually an inn. Visiting a new town and staying at a new inn, that's half the fun of traveling, isn't it? There's so much to do in these cities and towns that I can't cover it all, so stay tuned for further announcements. Moving on, let's hop into the Gauntlet Runner and head to the battlefield.
So maybe you can like you sleep on the inn for like recover HP and
The
stuff.
Gauntlet Runner
That's
is a vehicle
like
that can
just
travel
like
safely
any
across
other RPG.
wastelands. A mobile base, if you will, with movement and mechanisms that allows it to run on magic. So our protagonist and many others travel in their Gauntlet Runners to gather popularity. Let's go ahead and board. This is the Gauntlet Runner's War Room. If you access the round table here, all your allies gather back from town, and a map of your journey opens. Most RPGs don't have a time limit on the adventure, but Metaphor revolves around the concept of dates and time.
Okay, they just confirm it's about daytime, like
Fixed
Persona.
itinerary, such as 3 days and 2 nights. So in this game, we've captured the travel experience with predetermined lengths of activities and structure. But within that, what you do, where you go, is up to each
Like
player
Persona.
to choose to do things differently. You're free to spend your time as you please.
like Persona under dungeons,
Here we
like
have the list of quests I've accepted.
okay, so it's like Persona under dungeons, like for example, let me pause it. So, in Persona you have like a dungeon that you have to tackle. Like in Persona 5 was like how you call it, the castle, something like that. I don't remember. Something like castle. I think it was castle, and you have, and it was in a particular. It usually be on the end of the at the end of the month. At the end of each month, you have to tackle a castle. But you can do whatever you want between the day that you are is open to do it until the day that you are, like the last day you can do it. So it's the same. They said that you have the dungeons, you can do whatever you want in between.
The main story objective at each location you visit. But these side quests play an important role in the story too. Some require fighting strong enemies,
Here's the
while others may offer rare equipment. The order in which you take on these quests will have a great impact on how difficult the battles feel. So which challenges you take on first will play a big factor in your experience. Now let's pick a destination and head out. Okay, we have departed. In most games, you arrive at your destination instantly, but here you're inside the runner, heading toward it. Imagine, for example, living in a camper with your travel companions. Cooking, conversing, camping, and more. We want you to have a realistic traveling experience, so we designed the game to reflect that. This is the kitchen. You can cook the ingredients you've gathered with your friends to make valuable items.
Nice.
In the back is the common room. Looks like nobody's here right now, but your allies will often visit you to spend time with them. There is also a collection of books for you to read. Or if you'd rather not do anything, you can sleep here. As you can see, we have Japanese-style capsule-shaped beds. The Gauntlet Runner's interior is quite spacious and even has its own engine room. Here's a washing machine, and you'll find cleaning supplies too. I hope you're excited to learn more about how they play into things. You're not limited to staying inside the Gauntlet Runner. If you climb up the ladder to the deck, you can see it moving through this massive world.
So you
You can
actually
even see monsters soaring overhead. The Gauntlet Runner has so much to do as you head to your next stop that it's
why is it
impossible
like that?
to tell you it all here. So please stay tuned.
Merely a trap to draw in.
Once
So you don't move-
arrive in the runner or a city, you'll arrive in a dungeon.
that
Here's
dungeon.
an introduction to the combat system, which is critical to making progress.
Okay.
This is the entrance to a certain dungeon.
So
Let's
there's
check the
4 in the
main
party.
menu before we
Okay.
head in.
So it's a
Here we have
4-party
features
member,
like
4-party
items, skills, and
game.
equipment. You can see
Four-party
that the
member
UI has
game.
always been one of our strong suits. It's something that we were very particular about.
So the menu, the menu is very
We
Persona-like, Persona-ish.
wanted to give players a beautiful interface to enjoy a stronger sense of immersion. Let's check out the party customization screen. The key to strengthening a party in Metaphor lies in the job system, and the growth of these jobs is critical to advancing through the game.
Jobs?
In Metaphor, the power of these jobs is called archetypes. Archetypes are a very important element to this game, which I'll give
Okay,
you
wait a
few
second.
more
I
details.
just saw them. So archetypes: Seeker, Mage, Warrior, and Thief. Okay.
Archetypes are a very important element to this game, which I'll give you a few more details on. By confronting their anxiety, the protagonists acquire these archetypes, a special power.
Personas.
Think of them as heroic figures everyone possesses. Their powers manifest in various forms throughout the game. Examples of some archetypes that show up early in the game include the Seeker, who is an all-rounder in battle. The Mage, who strikes weaknesses with offensive magic.
Okay.
And the Thief, who can plunder resources. But the key point of the system here is that the character can undergo a transformation. taking on the appearance of various heroic figures, and then use their skills to fight. Let's enter the dungeon and take a look at what kind of combat is possible.
So wait,
Once you enter the dungeon,
do you change into the persona, or do you fuse to the persona, or you just acquire the persona to use their abilities?
this will give you
Or
a
architect,
sort of
I'm sorry,
ranking
architects.
of nearby enemies. And by that I mean how strong they are. As you can see, many enemies are glowing blue, which indicates a lower rank, in other words, weaker enemies. One of the things we kept in mind during development was
Oh, nice! You can
as fast-paced
you
and
can
exhilarating as possible.
you can just kill them. You don't have to, unless they have two
Slow-paced
options
enemy
of.
encounters can ruin a game's rhythm, especially
So it's not
if you know
action,
you can win
it's-
against weaker enemies.
Okay, this is okay. Squad.
Now you'll notice we have a large monster ahead. More dangerous enemies give off a yellow glow. If the analysis indicates they're formidable, you should approach cautiously,
Okay.
unlike before.
They transition into
Pressing
the
squad
the
button will call your
turn
party members to
base.
your side,
Okay.
transitioning us smoothly into a turn-based battle. If you initiate a squad battle before the enemy notices you, you earn a bonus first strike just
So
like
they're
this.
using the persona.
Even for battles that
Oh,
require
they
a squad
shade.
approach to defeat them
They.
with skills.
Oh,
The action
okay. I
portion
see.
before it is designed to provide a tactical element with mechanics that can
Yeah, they
lead to
use the
both
persona.
advantages and disadvantages.
Architects.
The squad option allows you to engage and enjoy tense, tactical battles without even drawing close, and using a variety of skills and strategic actions. The party customization is highly flexible and strategic, so we encourage you to create your own unique and powerful party.
What do you mean by that?
We have just annihilated the enemies. As you can see, you
Okay,
can
if
earn
the,
bonus rewards
so if
by
the enemies are
defeating
weaker,
without
it's
defeating
action
them.
oriented. But if their enemies are the same level as you
We
or
implemented this
stronger,
feature to
you
provide a sense
turn
of accomplishment
transition
in
into
party
turn based.
customization. So I suggest you try it out. So that's the exhilarating action elements and the strategic nature of the turn-based
So
battles.
for example, those are weaker, so you can
It's a
just.
battle system with two aspects to enjoy, so we hope you have fun when the game comes out. Next, I'd like to touch on the volume of dungeons. As you progress through the story, you'll come across main dungeons, which you'll tackle as part of the main story, and side dungeons, which you can explore as part of quests. Both types will of course plunge you into battle. In terms of the number of dungeons to challenge, it's more than any previous title of ours. Furthermore, the dungeon mechanics we've designed were created to avoid impacting the balance and pacing, reducing anything that may bore you. The battle system in these dungeons is one of our strongest selling points. So we hope you enjoy it.
Okay. Let's just
As we
talk.
created the game, one
Katarina.
area we focused on was how spending time on the road impacted the growth of your party members.
Oh, social links.
One of the systems that symbolize this is the follower system. The protagonist will meet and befriend various people over his journey.
Social
As
links.
he continues to deepen
We
these
got social
bonds,
links in this game
his
now.
followers will become his strongest supporters. Seeing their way of life through these interactions, the protagonist senses the heroic image within them, giving him access to new archetypes in battle that awaken within
Oh
him.
yeah, definitely.
It's
This is like when you get like Arcana car,
interacting with.
right?
Finding strategies to gain advantage both
Yeah.
in dungeons and
This is like similar to when you get a Arcana car from someone in a social link, yeah?
we hope you enjoy them. There's more to share about archetypes, but we'll save that for future announcements. I'll just say for now that there's a significant number of them in the game. Furthermore, your other party members can also equip any type of archetype, giving you countless options in forming your party. Take a look. I'll show you on screen. Here's a party
Wait, what?
consisting only of brawlers.
Oh shit! So your party members can also have multiple archetypes. Oh, you Narukami?
with interpersonal interactions, party growth, combat, and a taste of the storyline we've described today into a single game experience.
Okay, let me pause this. So it's pretty cool because you're not bound or you're not shackled of the persona formula. Like, this party member is a healer. This party member is a buffer. This party member is a debuffer. No, each party member in your team can change their persona. Like, it's not bound to the MC. Like, the rest of your characters can also change their persona. That's pretty cool, though.
The game releases, we hope you'll experience these aspects to the fullest. What did you think?
I think this is a persona game for people that don't like
Basics of the game.
the school
There's so much more we can't wait to share.
thematic of
War
Persona.
is a massive game filled with interesting and unique elements. As for the narrative, I only touched on the beginning of the story.
Yeah, this is a camouflage Persona game. Basically, this is a camouflage Persona game, like a Persona without the
Looking forward to hearing more
school
about the story and
thematics.
characters that make this game truly special.
So this is
In addition, starting in June, we're hoping to give you hands-on demos.
so this is basically what we have been asking for, like a Persona game without being on school.
for release, so please stay tuned. I should also mention we're opening pre-orders today, so don't miss out. In
Yeah,
addition to
there.
standard
I think
edition,
that there are none.
Metaphor
Yeah.
is also
Yeah, there are none.
available in a
So yes,
special
basically this is a
physical
Persona
collector's
game
edition.
without the
This year
thematic
marks
of being on
35
school.
years
Like,
since Atlus
we've been asking
released
this for a
its first
longest time, right?
Metaphor
Like, release a game, a Persona game where we don't have to be bound to
It's a
make,
celebration title.
make exams,
We're very excited
you
to
know,
get this game into
school.
our hands, so we hope you check it out when it launches. Before I sign off, I have a short video we prepared for those of you who stuck with us to the end.
Okay.
This is a scene from the Gauntlet Runner, which I spoke about earlier. Please look forward to the all-new RPG from Atlus, Metaphor.
So definitely, I think this is going to be. It's not going to be a one-off. Now that like I understand is the purpose of this game. Still not a 100% fan of the art though. Oh. How you call it in Persona games when you have to increase your like smart, charm, all those stuffs. It's here too. It's here too. I don't remember the name of it, but as you can see, it is here too. Yes, this is basically a camouflage Persona. So what do you think about the game? What do you think about the game? Let me know.